Alright guys, welcome back to Clash with Chris. In today's video, we're going to be going over the most no-skill decks that will allow you to push up to Ultimate Champion or 12,000 trophies. With our first match, we are going to be using this Recruits deck. You have seen me use this in past videos, and I will be explaining why this deck is so strong and so easy to use. So we are in this first match here. With this deck, you always just want to go cage first if you have it. So we're just going to cage low. Let's see what he does here. He is going to go Musketeer at the back. So what we could do is we could go a split Zappies and then Recruits at the bridge. So we're going to go 2 Zappies down the lane that our Brawler's not going to be going down. So we're going to go like that here. And then we're going to go Recruits at the bridge on top of that Musketeer, just like that. Perfect. So now we do have our Brawler going down right. So with this deck, it's all about just splitting up lane damage. So he goes go Dark Prince and Mini P.E.K.K.A. We are going to be able to do a lot of damage here. His Dark Prince does live, and so does that Mini P.E.K.K.A. We're just going to be able to Bar Barrel it though. So there goes everything. He does have his Witch alive on the other side, but we could just go arrows on the Witch and then go Goblin Cage for his Giant. So we're playing against most likely just a Giant deck here, and might be having Pump, might be Graveyard, kind of hard to tell so far. But everything's kind of just shut down there, so that was a good start. So he is going to go in with some minions. We're just going to split Zappies in the back, and we're just literally going to go back exactly how we started the game. Just going to go in with some Recruits here, just block that minion damage. Perfect. He'll probably go Witch on the right if I had to guess. But that is perfectly okay. So he is going to Witch here. We're just going to Fireball to knock that Witch into range to where we could kill it with our Recruits. Perfect. And then we're just going to go Bar Barrel on the Dark Prince. It does turn around, which is exactly what we want. So our tower is able to take out that Dark Prince. He is going to get 1 Musketeer shot. That is perfectly fine. He actually ends up getting 2. A little bit lucky on his part. So the big issue right now is we haven't cycled our evolution pigs at all, so we're just going to go in pigs here on the right. He most likely will go in Mini P.E.K.K.A. So he actually goes Fireball. We're just going to arrows his minions here. That's fine. We end up taking a slight damage lead, which is good. And he is going to go in with his evolution Musketeer. We're going to go cage now. So he actually almost got a really good snipe there. He was like literally super close. I almost went down with my we're just going to go in with that, and then we're just going to actually Fireball everything here. And we're going to Bar Barrel as well. Perfect. He is going to pop the Mini P.E.K.K.A. ability, but honestly, it's not really going to do much for him. Well, let's go pigs opposite lane now. He did use his Fireball up, so he has no Fireball for those pigs. He is going to go Witch. We do have Evo Cage for our next defense as well here. We could just split Zappies, I think. He is going to go in with a Giant. We'll just go Recruits here, and then we'll look for a cage on his Giant to just honestly get rid of it quicker. He does have his Mini P.E.K.K.A. alive, but it's going to get taken out pretty quick. He is going to go Musketeer in the back here. That is perfectly okay. We'll just go in with a pigs on the right and a flying air machine as well. He'll probably just Fireball that. Perfect, he does end up Fireballing that. We're just going to go in with that, and we're going to go in with a cage as well. And we're going to go arrows on his minions and his Musketeer, because we just honestly need to get rid of things right now. But we are looking good here to defend. Awesome, great defense. He does go in with a Witch in the back, so we know he's about to start pushing in again. We're just going to go in with a pigs on the right. And then we're going to go in with a cage here. We just go pigs to pressure, honestly. We're just going to go Fireball here, and we're going to go Zappies on his Mini P.E.K.K.A. We're able to take that out. We're going to go Bar Barrel for his Dark Prince here. He is going to go in with another Giant. That's fine, though. We're going to go arrows on that. Perfect. We're going to be able to get down Recruits here. Perfect. We'll go in pigs on the right. And we'll go in with a Flying Air Machine there. Be able to take that Dark Prince in, perfect. Be able to get down some zappies. And perfect Fireball Arrows, that is going to take the win. That was a super, super close game, but we end up taking the win. Again, pretty no skill, just spamming down both lanes with recruits and pigs, and we do take the win there. But again, you guys can kind of see, doesn't really take a whole lot of, you know, insane gameplay to win some matches up this high. So the next deck I'm going to feature is this Pump deck with Witch and Dark Prince. This is a super, super easy deck to play. The only thing is it does require 2 heroes, which are the Hero Giant and the Hero Mini P.E.K.K.A. Alrighty. So we do start with Heal Spirit, so you always just want to try to cycle to your Pump early on. So we're just going to go Heal Spirit on one lane. We do have our Zap here as well. This deck does have Evolution Zap. So I think we are just going to zap the tower. So it's looking like our Pump is going to be our last card in cycle here. We're just going to go Giant in the back. He goes Executioner. Executioner usually means it's Hog, Golem, or like E-Golem. So we'll just have to see what this guy's playing. We're going to go Dark Prince like that to make sure our towers don't take any damage here. We do that because our tower was just in range of the XE there, so that ends up working out pretty well. He is going to use his Fire Spirit there, but we actually do get a connection on the tower, which is pretty awesome. We're just going to go in with our Witch here. He does go Mini P.E.K.K.A. I could have popped our Giant's ability there, but I ended up not doing that. He is going to use a Lightning actually on our Witch there as well. And he is going to pop his Mini P.E.K.K.A. ability. Honestly, that's not a big deal, because we could just go Heal Spirit, and that should perfect. That takes care of that. So we know what he's playing now. He's running some sort of like giant deck. We do have Pump in our hand here though, so we could go Pump. He doesn't have Lightning in cycle, so that should be a good Pump. He might honestly just try to go in here, but I don't think so. So he's actually running a Pump of his own. We're just going to go for a Zap on his Pump to cycle our Evolution. And then I think we're going to look to just go in again. We do have an Elixir lead, so we're just going to go in Giant Dark Prince here. He does have his Evo Executioner. So he does end up placing down his Giant, which is perfectly okay. We are going to get really good damage here. We're just going to go in with our Evo Witch to take care of his Giant too. Let's see if he decides to use that Lightning up or not. So he is going to place down another Executioner. So we are going to be able to take down his Executioner again. We'll go in with another Heroic Giant here. I think we might look to pop our Heroic Giant's ability just to knock that Executioner into the other lane. Never mind, it actually ends up going after that, which is kind of frustrating. We'll just be able to go Witch here, I think. And we're just going to go in with Mini P.E.K.K.A. We'll just look to Rage here. We're going to look to Zap on his Mini P.E.K.K.A. We just want to get our Giant to the tower. Perfect, we do get 2 hits there. We just need to cycle to our Rage, and we should have this game won. He is going to go in with another Pump for some reason. It should be game over though. We just go Rage and that will be win. But you can see guys, you just go for like Pump and then you just spam Giant Witch at the bridge with a Mini P.E.K.K.A. and it's pretty easy to win. But we do take another game there. So hopping into our next no-skill deck that I want to feature, I'm going to be featuring this Giant Graveyard deck, and we're actually going to be showing you guys the power. We're going to be using level 15 and 16 cards here at 12,000 trophies, and we're going to show you how good this deck is. Even when you do have underleveled cards, it is so good. Alrighty, so hopping into the next game, we are playing at 12,000 trophies right now. So this deck does feature double heroes. You're going to be using the Heroic Giant and the Heroic Musketeer. This guy is going to go in with his Witch in the back first play. We're just going to go Bowler. Honestly, Bowler's so good right now because it just shuts down like everything. Any like spam cards or any like big pushes, like Bowler would single-handedly stop this push. And you know, we're talking about a level 16 mini P.E.K.K.A. and a level 16 Witch. We're just gonna go Witch on his mini P.E.K.K.A. But you guys can see there, it's like just taken out from the Bowler. Bowler's knockback is so strong. And that just allows us to go for a huge counter push here. He is going to Fireball, which will take out most of our stuff, but he doesn't have his mini P.E.K.K.A. in hand, so it's going to be hard to stop that Giant. So we could just go Graveyard here. He does have Mega Knight, but it doesn't really matter because that Giant full health on the tower is going to do a lot of damage. You guys can see there, we take his whole entire tower, which is pretty awesome considering the fact that, you know, it was pretty much just a full counter push on something that he played down. We're just going to go Musketeer like this, and then we're actually going to go for our turret. That should be a good turret. Awesome. He is going to go mini P.E.K.K.A. here. We could just go in with our guards on his mini P.E.K.K.A. And then I'm thinking we just go Bowler right here, so we can knock that mini P.E.K.K.A. to get hit by both towers. So that was a perfect defense. It did come a little bit close there, but honestly, this deck has such good defense. When you have the damage lead or the tower lead, it is very, very hard to lose. So you guys can see here, I'm not going to try to like take his other tower. I'm just going to play super slow and just try to play defense all game until we win. So this deck relies on locking down defense and then just going for a super strong counter push like you guys saw me do there in the beginning with that Giant in that Graveyard. We are just going to snowball the tower here. Let's see if he's still playing. I don't want to go too aggressive. We'll just go for a Graveyard here, and then we'll go for a Giant in the pocket. That's also another play that is super important with this deck. If you do have the damage lead, always just go for if you are always like on like a tie tower situation, Giant in the pocket, Graveyard on a tower is such a good play to win. But you guys can see there, we do take the win, and that is going to be our third game using another very no-skill deck. Open up another chest, and hopping into our next no-skill deck, we actually are going to be using Golem. Again, this will be at 12,000. Alrighty, so hopping in with this deck, you guys are going to see that this deck is super, super strong. We do have our Golem in our string hand, so this isn't the best starting hand, but you could play pretty slow here. He is going to go Archers the back. We're probably playing against Expo. Expo is an alright matchup. It kind of depends on what kind of Expo. If it's like, you know, Ice-Bow where you're seeing a tornado and a rocket, it could be a little bit harder. But you guys can see here, he's gonna go Expo pretty much first play. We're just gonna go Golem. We're gonna go Golden Knight behind the Golem. He is gonna pop down his Tesla. We'll just pop our Golden Knight's ability. Unfortunately, our Golden Knight does actually dash back towards the Knight. It doesn't stay on the Tesla, which is kind of annoying, but that's alright. We do get 2 little Golem Knights down. We should get 1 Golem Knight on the tower, and both should break. We might be looking at like 1 hit here. Going Executioner on Expo. He's gonna get good Expo damage. That's fine. He's gonna go Knight there. Again, this deck doesn't really take much skill. We'll just go Bar Barrel like that. We could just look to Golem the back, honestly. If he goes in Expo, we could just Zappies it. He does have Expo back in hand now. He's probably gonna Expo opposite lane. Yeah, he's gonna Expo opposite lane. We're just gonna ignore that completely. Or we'll just let those 2 skeletons die, and then we'll go Zappies on the Expo. Yeah, we'll go Zappies on the Expo now. We'll go Golden Knight like that. And now his Expo is retargeted on the Golem, so we should be chilling here. We'll just go to Golden Knight Dash on that Tesla, and we should get a full, you know, like a half health Golem on the tower there, actually. Yeah, so we do get a full Golem on the tower. We're just gonna go Golden Knight Dash. It actually does dash onto his tower. I've never seen that interaction before. It's kind of weird. So you guys are going to see, we're going to take a pretty demanding damage lead here. We'll just go Vines on his Evil Archers just to take it out. Well, we're just going to go Golem right there. We're going to go Golem there. That way if he goes Expo opposite lane, we're, you know, still going to be defending it pretty fine. We'll just go Zappies on his Expo. He is going to use another could just go Barbaro though on the finish off the Expo. We'll go Golden Knight in the back here. He's probably going to go in with another Expo opposite lane. We'll just go in with an Executioner here to take out that Knight Archer Electro Spirit. Well, we're just going to go Golem at the finish here. And we're going to go in with a Baby Dragon like that. He honestly might be giving up. I think, you know, he knows when this gets into double elixir, it's pretty much an easy win. But we retake another game. So we take another dub there, and we're just going to hop into the next no-skill deck, and the final no-skill deck, and that is going to be Lumberloon Freeze. This deck is an interesting one. It is kind of hard to level up, because as you guys can see, there are a few legendaries in it, and the rest are all epics. But again, we're going to be hopping into it. So hopping in with our next no-skill deck, we'll be using Lumberloon Freeze with Evolution Baby Dragon and Evolution Inferno Dragon. Another pretty easy deck to use. He is going to go Witch the back, so we're just going to Bowler. Perfect. So Bowler should be able to take that out completely. He is going to go in with a Inferno Dragon in the back. Then he's going to go Mini P.E.K.K.A. opposite lane. We'll just be able to Tornado that to our King though. He does get one hit, which is kind of annoying. I kind of misplayed the Tornado there, but that's fine. He did use his Inferno Dragon up. We'll just go Lumberjack on his Hog Rider here. And then I think I'm going to look for a Balloon with a Freeze. So we'll go Balloon with the Lumberjack. So he does have Valk, which will pull the Balloon out of the Rage, and he's going to go Fireball for the Balloon, but I'm going to be able to get a really good Freeze here. So we're going to go Freeze right now. We should take out most of his tower there. I believe we're going to actually fully take the tower, so that was a great Freeze. Again, we do take a little bit of damage with our right tower, but it was definitely worth it. Great defense, great counter push. Again, I mean, you guys can see it's not like I had to go anything crazy. It's just simple Lumber Balloon with a Freeze. So this is a super easy deck to use. And very much no skill. We'll just go with our Inferno Dragon to deal with his. And he is going to Hog here. We could always just Tornado the Hog to the King though. We do mess up the Tornado there. His Inferno Dragon will die to our tower though. And we can just go in Bowler here for his Mini P.E.K.K.A. His level 17 Inferno Dragon's honestly going to rip my Baby Dragon though, which is kind of annoying. We'll just go Lumberjack here, and we're going to go for the Freeze on his tower just to do so much damage with that Lumberjack and that Baby Dragon. He does go into Evo Witch, but we're able to take his whole entire tower there, guys. We can go in with a Baby Dragon like that. We're not even trying to defend our right tower right now. We're just focusing on not losing both of our towers. That is our primary concern. We should be fine. He does take our one tower, but that's perfectly okay. We can just go Bowler for his Mini P.E.K.K.A. that he placed in the pocket. He's going to go for another Mini P.E.K.K.A. We're just going to honestly Tornado that up right to our Bowler, and that's gone. We could just go Evo Inferno Dragon on his Inferno Dragon. He is going to take out our Baby Dragon, but that's fine. We could just go Lumberloon again. But you guys can see, you know, this is a super easy deck to use. And the great thing is, you would always just freeze their defense if you don't have anything. So, again, those are like the most no-skill decks that I think are seen most at top ladder. If you guys are looking for something easy to just push up with trophies or medals for the Ultimate Champion, I would suggest trying out one of these decks, and I hope you guys do have a good one, and, you know, drop a like on the video, and have a good one. Peace out.